can't get me out your head, but baby, I'ma leave you on red.
Hello and welcome to the Here for the Chaos podcast. I am your host, Lilac, and again, we're just gonna have to get right into it because I don't know what's happening anymore. I feel like I'm in a fever dream and it just keeps going. Looks like I'm not wearing a shirt. I promise I am. How tall do I need to make myself so it doesn't look like my boobs are hanging out? Okay. So, before we get into it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Listen to my new song. Okay, we just passed 40,000 streams. I'm trying to get to 100. I've never hit that mark before, so help your girl out, okay? And in this episode, we're gonna cover so many things, okay? Taryn Manning, Lil Tay, Taybeepboop. There's a lot of T's. There's a lot of T's happening. What's going on with that? A lot of alliteration. Love that for me. And without further ado, let's just get started. So first, we're gonna talk about someone I never thought I would talk about, and that is Taryn Manning. If you're not familiar with Taryn Manning, I know her as Pennsatucky on Orange is the New Black, but she's been a very well-established actress for a long time now, been in a ton of stuff. So I'm just sitting on my couch with my boyfriend and he says, why don't you take a look at this video? And when I watched it, my mouth hit the floor. I'm not going to give any context because I don't know how I could. And we're just going to watch it together because, again, it's a lot.
So I had to pull over because I'm just like, I don't want to like cause crashes because I'm just so rooted right now.
Obviously, right off the bat, I'm not trying to speculate too hard. This is all alleged, but she's slurring her words. You know, it seems like there's something going on, which is very sad. She obviously looks a little out of it. I will say that.
So the man that I've been messing with is a married man, and every night, well, for about 3 nights in a row, or even maybe there's a night in between, I was licking his butthole. Yep.
I think that's a good place to pause already. What? Hey girl, it's me. What? Now, I know that Hollywood has their affairs and things going on and mistresses, manstresses, himbos, bimbos, whatever. I never thought that I would hear out of someone in Hollywood's mouth that not only were they having a relationship with a married person, but they were licking their booty hole. Can I say that? Can I say that, YouTube? Can I say that? It's part of the body, okay? It's like anatomy. The beehole, okay? I don't know why we needed to know that, but part of the reason I wanted to cover this is because if I have to know, you have to know, okay? Let's continue.
Because he liked it. And I didn't mind doing it. Does that bother? Is that weird?
Yeah, a little bit. It's a little bit that you decided to share it, yeah.
Yeah, and that is what demons do. So
I'm not trying to laugh. I really think that she's going through something in her life, but saying that demons are men who like their butthole licked, no.
We drove all the way down to Newport Beach today so I could buy him a boat.
First of all, never buy anyone a boat except for yourself. You worked hard for your money. Don't buy anyone else a boat. What?
I was so in love, so I thought, so I could buy this gentleman a boat. And I brought cash to put a down payment down. Like, I really loved him. I was like, yes, like, we're into the same thing, like, we're kinky, blah, blah, blah. And his wife, because he's married, and I feel so bad because I can't stand her.
Okay, let's reel it in a little bit. You can't stand her, but you're the one licking her husband's hole. So let's just put that into perspective.
I can't stand his wife. Because she wasn't even like, wait, what? You've been messing with my man? She said, you lunatic, you get out of my life or I'll get an RO on you.
RO's restraining order for anyone who doesn't know. I mean this with the most respect possible, but you don't seem like you're doing great. And you're also licking her man's nether region, so I could see how she would not want you around.
No, I'll put your ass in jail. Anyway, so I've been licking your man.
Okay, but since she was already on Orange is the New Black, if she was in jail, that would be very meta. Obviously, I hope that doesn't happen. That's just a joke. But, you know, season whatever would be fire.
Man's butthole for weeks on end because he likes it a lot, and I do it to him, and he comes to me, and it happens.
It's the little fuckboy laugh for me. Yeah, I'm licking your husband's beehole. Like, girl, what? First of all, I'm trying to picture myself in the wife's shoes of not only going through the emotions of having to find out that my partner, my life partner, my husband is cheating, but then they're cheating on me with a famous actress who is licking his butthole. How do you live with that? How do you cope with that? I would need a therapy session pretty much ASAP after finding that out.
That's a lot. I know that's a lot of information, but I'm the lunatic, right? No, I'm just single. Very single. And he came to me. So you don't accuse...
That doesn't... Okay, wait. That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Obviously, men are trash. Not all of them, but enough of them. And it doesn't matter if he came to you if you're aware that he's married. Oh, sorry, girl. You're gonna have to take a little bit of that accountability, okay?
Accuse me of being a lunatic, but I'll tell you one thing, lady. You want to put me in jail? I'll put you in jail so fast. Your head will be spinning. Don't you ever threaten me.
What are you gonna put her in jail for? For being mad that you're getting her husband to cheat? I don't think that's a crime.
And I will show you how I do. Don't you ever threaten me when your husband came to me to get his butthole licked. Don't you ever threaten me again, Leanne, you dumbass. What are you thinking? I cannot believe you.
She's thinking that you're licking her man's hole and she wants you to stop.
You've lost it. Not I. Not I. I brought your husband to Newport Beach. We drove all the way together. We had so much fun. He has a hand on my leg the whole time. Most of the time, finger me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie anymore about it. You know, I had no underoos on, and every time licking his fingers, and you're.
Oh, that's an overshare. And this whole thing was already an overshare, so that's saying something. But that was really an overshare. I don't even know if I can put that in. Wow. The little scary music underneath is so funny to me.
And you're to buy him a boat.
Is it boats for buttholes? Is that how it goes? Are we going with the alliteration thing where that's how you get a boat? Because if that's the case, I don't think I want a boat.
To buy him a boat. And all day we went on a boat. The boat that he wants. And I was going to buy it for him. And then he messed up real bad today. And you're coming after me. Nah.
Yes. Because you're willingly participating in a relationship with her husband. I mean, obviously, she should kick him to the curb. Like, bye. But you are part of the problem too, ma'am.
It ain't going to happen, lady. You made a huge mistake. In the name of, you're dusted. Dusted, I ain't scared of you. You should be scared of me.
Social media is such a crazy thing because you really just filmed yourself threatening someone after you did what you did. So I didn't think this was real at first. But then after going to her page, I found out that unfortunately it was. She's since made a couple responses, so we're just going to go into that real quick. She's also just been posting very strange and allegedly, again, all alleged manically, just like real weird stuff. I really hope she has someone around her who can make sure that she's okay because it does not seem that way from an outside perspective. I just hope she gets the help she needs. I also wanted to notate that she posted something about losing her team and her management, which again, she's very well established. So whatever way you put it, that is very sad. And I just hope she gets the help that she needs. She actually addressed this in a video, so I'm going to include that here.
Hello, so I know it's basically summer, but I'm wearing a winter jacket, but it's because I like, I don't know, I just like being like warm. But anyway, so there's so many things I want to talk about. So I want to talk about how, yeah, I messed with a married man that made it very clear to me that he and his wife almost just had become roommates and that it was fine. And he was very special to me. And when he didn't get his way, he ended up, turning on me. And I just thought it was pretty, disgusting because ever since, I found the Bible and I really ascended, like, there's something that happens, you guys, and when you truly find the Lord, you see demons everywhere. It's overwhelming when you're just like driving to Newport Beach today. I was just like, my head was turned, he drove, and my head was turned towards him because I was like, everybody in their car. I mean, I'm not saying everyone's a demon, but there's a lot of, they're everywhere. Meaning, there's something else attached to them. Okay, I'm not saying they are, but there is something else attached to them. Because they have not found the Lord. And the Lord takes all that away. Right? Because we rebuke Satan in the name of Jesus. So anyway, so this couple that I, they have a studio out here. And I'm on a cartoon. And I brought them a lot of business. And then, I became friends with everybody because I'm pretty neat. And I became friends with them and brought them a lot of business. And they have a neat history as well. And when they don't like me, they say the cruelest things about me, like I'm a grifter or a drifter. I had to look it up. And I'm a gaslighter. I had to look that one up. And I'm a Jew hater. I'm like, are you kidding me? My very first manager was a Jewish man. I watched both his boys get circumcised, as was my second longest manager. How dare you speak to me or speak of me like that? What a mistake. How dare you think that you can just come along, not get your way, and then just drag me through the mud like everybody else has in my life. Just abuse me like everybody else has in my life and use me, spit me out, and throw me in the garbage can. It's not good. It's just not good. It's not good anymore that we do this to people. I don't care. I get that we have our own opinions, but you can't just lie about people. You can't do that. No, you can't do that. If you do have a lie about someone, go to their face and be like, hey, is it true that something, you ask a question with a question mark. You don't accusing me of accusing. No, I know exactly what I'm doing. I ask, did you do this? Did you do that? Because I'm very communicative. That's the way I am. And I ask a lot of questions. I've always been that way. It wasn't very smart for me to hook up with a married man. Because I've been very, very lonely. And I made a huge mistake. And here I am repenting. Because that's what we do. But for his, wife to threaten me. So yeah, come threaten my life. As if freaking threatening my life threatens people's lives. It's just not good. It's not smart. You don't do that. Goodbye.
And yeah, this whole situation was a lot. Let's get back to it. So her statement is, over the past few days, I've had some time to reflect on the situation I've been dealing with. I was deeply hurt and handled things on a public platform when I should have just dealt with them quietly with the support of my close friends and family. I felt a lot of guilt after exposing everything and thought maybe the best resolution to the situation would be to say I lied about it all. But that is not the truth. I started a relationship with somebody who was married and told me he would leave his wife. Men are what? A garbage. Okay, because I've had enough of it. With Sandoval, who's not even with Raquel anymore, to Ethan Slater, Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill didn't cheat, but let's be real here. Men in Hollywood. Hello? What are you doing? In the end, I found out that wasn't possible. I pride myself on being an ethical and kind person. I know what I did was wrong, but the heart makes you do crazy things sometimes. Okay, no. I'm so tired of that excuse of our emotions just took us away into a fairy tale land where she licked my butthole. No, I'm over it, okay? You had a wife, and ma'am, you knew he had a wife, and you continued to do what you were doing and being nasty, and I don't like it. Take your feelings to someone who's single. There's plenty of men who like their beehole licked, I'm sure, that are single. You could just go do that. Buy them a boat. I am sorry for exposing my situation. I am not sorry for how I love. You should be if it leads you to having an affair. I hope to find somebody who cherishes me the way I adore them. A healthy type of love. A love that isn't so blind that it forces me to be somebody I'm not. This was a huge learning lesson for me. With all this said, I'm asking everyone to please give me my privacy so I can heal and mend my heart. Thank you, Taryn. She also put video up update, but this is just a post, so I'm not really sure what that's about. But there's really not more to it than that. I was just shocked. I still don't really know what to say about it, but the apology was very, no, didn't hit for me. You should have definitely kept this private. You should have never done it. And you definitely shouldn't be mad at the wife over it because, girl, hello. Let me know what you think in the comments because I never thought I was going to be talking about Hollywood celebrities like that. I was expecting more YouTube drama, you know, like Landon McBroom knocking himself out under anesthesia to get a tattoo and James Charles and like, you know, but this, oh, lad. And it was Sunday. It was on the Lord's Day, lady. Really probably should have kept that to yourself until Monday. At least wait on a business day to talk about butthole. Ridiculous. Okay, so that's pretty much all I have to say about it, but definitely let me know what you think in the comments because I was flabbergasted. Now we're moving on to our next topic, which is Taybeepboop. For anyone who does not know, Taybeepboop is an interior designer, like DIY girly. She does like her home decorating videos and she's very colorful and creative and funky and like her stuff is really cool. And I just want to say that I've actually been following her for a long time. She popped up on my YouTube and then I followed her on Instagram and I love her style. I think she's so creative. I never thought I was gonna see her in drama, but now that I've seen her in what I've seen her in, I'm like, yeah, that's disappointing. I know she already took the video down, but let me see. Oh, yep, there's a re-upload. This is why we load the internet. So this drama is between her and another creator, and I'm just going to let it play, and again, we'll watch it together. But keeping in mind beforehand, Taybeepboop is doing DIYs, you know, like a do-it-yourself, listing the supplies, showing you how to do it so you can do it yourself. So keep that in context.
I'm about to be so petty, and I've never done something like this before, but there is a large creator who is just getting out of hand. So this is my mossy mirror that I made, and immediately
it doesn't even look the same. Like, yeah, I could understand maybe the timing, but it doesn't look the same, and I've seen so many people do that.
which is like fine. That's what the coincidence, whatever. I have this green squiggle art gallery, and now she does too. The difference is she's hanging something else, so that's different. That's creative.
Oh, it's completely different. She was hanging up like pans of something. Look like pans of cereal or something.
Bring off my boyfriend's art. So that's my boyfriend's art. I have a monster head art gallery. He makes monster head.
Wait, how? Those look like pans. How is she ripping off your boyfriend's monster heads when she's hanging up something completely different?
That's different. That's creative.
The condescension too.
But she's also ripping off my boyfriend's art. So that's my boyfriend's art. I have a monster head art gallery. He makes monster heads. They're so realistic and beautiful. This is her version. This is her monster head art.
Those aren't even in the squiggles, first of all. So you can't say that she was copying your squiggle monster head thing because she put pans there and they're not monster heads. They're dinosaurs. Definitely seen that before. You are not the first to do it.
Monster head art gallery. Then I painted my room green and blue. They're very abnormal color choices, and I got a lot of hate for it, but I really love it, and I spent months choosing the colors.
Oh, I like it.
Look at what colors she's doing for her kitchen, and she's painting her appliances.
Yeah, I could see that one.
So that's just like another weird coincidence. And she hung up this cake wallpaper. That just happens to be my actual wallpaper line that I have. Look at this photo. Orange couch, wallpaper, monster head art gallery. That orange couch.
It's not monster head. She used something totally different. And also, you're mad at her for putting money in your pocket? Okay, that's weird of you. Don't have it to sell then if you don't want people to buy it. The wallpaper that she's talking about ended up getting pulled because of this. So now you don't have to worry about people copying your wallpaper and orange couch girl because the wallpaper part is gone. I'm trying to find the statement from the company. I don't know their Instagram, but I see this part. So I'm just going to go with this for now. They said, as a small business, we strive to support and uplift artists, creators, and DIYers. We are disappointed in and do not stand behind the video that was posted by Taybeepboop regarding Karen Joy earlier this week. It goes against our values and the ethos of the DIY community. As such, effective immediately, the Taybeepboop collections will no longer be available for purchase. We will be reaching out to those who have pending orders from these collections with next steps. So yeah, that didn't go well. Here it is, Auto Studio. That's who it is. I don't see the statement. It was on their Instagram story apparently, so I can't go back and see that. But let me click the link and do some real-time research and see if I can see her collection. If my camera overheats one more time, I'll cry. Seriously though, if my camera overheats one more time, I'll cry. Let's get back into it. I went on Otto's website and I did not see her collab, which is crazy because I'm sure they had like merchandise ready to go. Most companies will be like, we're just gonna sell out of the stock that we have and then we'll cancel it. But they were like, no girl, we're canceling it right now. So they must have felt very strongly.
That orange couch is literally the knockoff of my orange couch, and that's my wallpaper, which is fine, anyone can buy it.
Obviously it's not fine or else you wouldn't point it out.
I also created a gradient room where my whole room is gradients, and then she decided to make an ombre room.
It doesn't look similar at all though.
Strange coincidence. I have tried to talk to her about this and I was like, please stop copying.
I really wish she included her messages in this because she's only including the other person. So let me just see what it says. It's cut off too, so I can only see a little bit of it. But the person who she's referencing said, had to make it, but now that I'm established and have found my own style, I really don't just exactly replicate someone else's work. I really respect you as a designer and artist, and I don't want to copy or replicate any of your designs or DIYs going forward, which Tay hearted. So it sounds like she just likes your style, girl. It's a DIY. I can't see anything really in the second message, so I'm not even going to try to read it, but yeah. I mean, yikes. Oh, she has an apology. Oh, we have an update. Wow. Come here for breaking news, okay? So first and foremost, it seems like she just likes you. Your style is so individualized that I could see you being like, dude, this person's house looks exactly like mine, even though in my opinion it doesn't. And being like, that's my style. I feel like, I don't know. Allegedly the girl credited her. I don't see the issue. She's putting money in your pocket, and also it's a DIY. It's a do it yourself. If you don't want people to do it themselves, then don't post it. Just post your clients, because that's how I found her, was her redecorating clients' homes. If you don't want people to copy what your personal home looks like, don't show it, because the internet is like that. And also it should be flattering to you that this girl is so inspired by you that she's like, wow, that's so cool. I want to do that. Before we get to her update, we're going to listen to the response of the other girl.
So I'm getting like a lot of DMs and comments and stuff, and I haven't seen this video because she posted it and then blocked me. So I don't,
which is so strange. I mean, it seemed like y'all were cordial in the DMs, so that's weird.
I don't really know what's being said about me, but I know I'm getting like a lot of really mean and hateful like comments and messages now. And I'm like I'm not gonna come on here and like cry and be like, feel sorry for me. But I guess I'm just like really disappointed because I really genuinely like this creator. And she was like one of the first people I followed on here that I was really like, wow, like this decor style is so cool. It is so colorful and so fun. And just really encouraged me to like actually express myself.
Which is exactly what I got from her decoration style as well. So it's really sad that you decided to come after this girl for being inspired by you. Like, make it make sense.
We have talked over message and stuff, and like she was so nice. And about 2 months ago, she did ask me not to do any of her DIYs, which like...
It's a do-it-yourself. Do it yourself. Like, as in I'm teaching you how to do it yourself. I'm teaching you to do what I'm doing yourself. How up your own butt do you have to be like, hey, those tutorial-based interior design videos I post that are encouraged for you to do it yourself as well? Stop doing that. Like, what?
I totally understood, and I was like,
you shouldn't have to. No, if it was like a credit thing, like if she was like, hey, can you at least tag me when you do that? Fine, I can understand that. But if this is literally just because of your ego about your designs, then again, don't post them. Post what you do for clients, and that's it.
That's totally fine. Like, I really do get it. And it was just like a really pleasant interaction. Like I said, she was so nice. I didn't know.
I wish we could have seen that part, because I didn't see that part. All I saw was her messages to you. I don't know why, if she was so nice and pleasant, she wouldn't post her side of the messages, but yeah.
Like, we had issues or that she was feeling like this. But I will say, like, we have very similar styles. Like, I love her. I'm so inspired by her. And I think it's so crazy to say that no one else can decorate like in color or have similar colors to you, and it automatically being me like maliciously copying her.
I agree.
I just wish she had come to me privately. Like, I'm so frustrated. Like, I don't even know what's being said about me. I have lots of squiggles in my home. That was inspired from her. I absolutely loved it. And I think to be like a content creator on here, some of that comes with, if you're branding yourself as a DIY channel, do this yourself, here's how I did it, here's the links for the supplies. And then to say no one can be inspired off of you is just wrong.
I agree.
To like publicly shame someone for being inspired by you without them even knowing you have any issues is just so wrong. I won't say like I'm not in the wrong anywhere, because I'm sure that I am, but I think it's very clear that my intent is not just to copy and rip this creator off. And there are going to be people that continue to grow on this app with that same style, with my same style too, because our whole platform is encouraging other people to do the same thing. I don't know. I'm just really disappointed and frustrated with this whole situation, and now I have just like hateful comments everywhere, so.
What are y'all commenting hateful about interior design? Y'all seriously, like, what are y'all saying? Like, you copied her dinosaur? She didn't. Okay, I'm gonna watch her friend speaking out.
So it's been kind of weird watching all of this going on, this Taybeepboop drama, because Taylor and I have been friends since about 2010. But honestly, I'm not surprised by any of this at all. But it's always been kind of weird to me that she got so close with Danny, her new business partner, and she works so publicly with her. And even though she has a lot of other friends who are very artistic, we're just kept in the shadows because I guess we aren't cool enough to be associated with, or the right aesthetic for her. Also, Danny, if you're watching this, I would like to know what she said about me, so I wanted to let you know what she says. Whenever I was...
Oh, okay. This is the only thing I'll say. I agree totally about her speaking out, especially if this is someone she knows personally and has had issues with. Although at the same time, I do think that we air too much out online. I really do. And this part is kind of makes me feel a little bit weird. I don't think you should tell this other person what y'all's mutual friend, ex-friend, whatever, says about them on TikTok. I think that is definitely for a conversation between the two of you. I wouldn't want to find out that way. Maybe y'all feel differently, but yeah.
I was feeling insecure about my relationship with her and how we weren't close anymore because you guys were getting really close. She told me she didn't even like you, and
that's really hurtful, and that's another reason why I feel like you should not have said this publicly, and you should have let her know behind closed doors, because you just aired that out, and that's probably embarrassing for her, even though she didn't do anything. Yeah, I don't agree with that part. But the rest, like speaking out about like, hey, we're artistic too, we just don't have like a million on TikTok or a million on Instagram, and that's all you care about. I totally understand that part. I think that part is valid. The rest, when it's involving another person, I don't know.
You guys were just business partners and that I had nothing to worry about because I was her best friend. And honestly, Danny, you shouldn't feel bad because this is just how she is. Every single one of her friends she has talked shit about.
I do want to just ask this as well. Again, if I'm wrong, y'all can tell me, and you will. But I feel like your friends are human beings, and they're probably gonna make you mad or feel some type of way at some point in your life. And I vent to my friends a lot. And if the issue that's making me frustrated is another friend, I would probably vent that to someone else and just be like, I'm feeling like this kind of way, or at least vent about it to my boyfriend, I just want to know the line between talking shit, which if what she's saying is pretty close to verbatim of what Taybeepboop actually said about you don't mean anything to me and blah blah. Obviously that is talking shit, but I do think there also is a time where we confuse just being frustrated as being malicious. If she said what this girl is saying she said, then yeah, that's horrible, but just wanted to raise that point.
And has done things like this, so I wouldn't be too worried. I've known her for over 10 years. She was supposed to be a bridesmaid at my wedding. She told me that she couldn't go because of COVID, which I totally understand. Like, yeah, I get it. You don't want to be around a lot of people. Meanwhile, she had multiple other weddings lined up for the summer. Come to find out, the real reason she didn't want to come to my wedding wasn't because of COVID. It was because she didn't like one of my guests' boyfriends.
Oh, yeah, that would make me really mad.
So, and not even to mention that it was 1 week prior to my wedding that she told me that she wasn't coming. I had a very, very small wedding. All of my bridesmaids that I had, which ended up being 3 people, we all had created these bouquets for the arrangements everywhere. We had all these things planned, and I had already...
What is this? I'm sorry. What does this have to do with Karen, though? I just feel like this is the kind of messy where I'm like, it's hard to justify it a little bit, because I feel like you could just say, you know, hey, Karen, we're all sending you good energy. I was friends with this person for a long time. My experience was similar. And then if you want to go into maybe your grievances in a separate video, I could maybe even understand that. But it feels like just trying to take this and spin it off into something else, and I just don't think that, I don't know, I think you have valid reasons to be upset, but I just don't understand kind of what we're doing here. And if I'm wrong about that, y'all can let me know, because I've been messy online too. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I definitely have.
I had already purchased her bridesmaid's gift. Everybody was going to be wearing matching jewelry. And the fact that she just canceled like such last minute, and she has been one of my best friends, what I thought, one of my best friends for over 10 years.
Yeah.
For her to just cancel, like, just like that.
Yeah, making friends as an adult sucks.
It was very surprising. And honestly, I let her get away with hurting me in the past because I hate confrontation. And I'm sure you can tell that I'm a very nervous person filming this. I have to have notes. But just so you know, like, this is how she treats everyone. I know for a fact that there are many other people that feel used and discarded by her. So I just hope that this whole thing teaches her to like kind of mellow out and just like treat everybody with kindness. And I actually make all of the vinyls that are included in her DIY clips and videos. But you might not know me because she doesn't promote me the way that she does with Danny.
See, I feel like even if the TikTok started right here, like cut off all the wedding part and just put, hey, Karen, I totally understand what you're going through. I actually make the things that she uses in her videos and do not receive credit for it. I feel like that would make more sense to me.
Because she doesn't promote me the way that she does with Danny, which I don't know, kind of, I guess, makes sense. But I do have an Etsy store, and I won't be pulling the line. But if you want to buy something, I have some tailed squiggles, things like that. If you guys want to be using my products in your home, it makes me so happy. I love to see what you guys do with it. And I just like really wanted to see how everybody uniquely uses my designs and how they make their homes pretty. Because I think there's nothing better than sharing your style and making the world a prettier place.
I agree with you. That did feel just a little bit opportunistic. I'm not going to lie. I feel like we could have rerouted this TikTok to not involve someone who you didn't talk to privately about things that were being said about them. I understand your frustration about her canceling on the wedding. I understand your frustration about her promoting bigger creators and not the small people that she's really, you know, supposed to be close to. I totally get that. That's awful. It just feels a little bit strange to me. So now we're going to listen to her response, which I'm sure is probably more in response to getting her products and collaborations taken away than it is to actually feeling terrible or feeling remorse about it. We'll go into it with an open mind.
My behavior has been wild and inappropriate, and I apologize.
I don't think wild is a good adjective, but I'm being nitpicky, I'm sure. So let's...
I apologize. It's taken me so long to realize that. I didn't think I had done anything wrong. Genuinely. I admit that for days. And I didn't want to be fake and give an apology that I didn't actually believe. I'm grateful for some of the hate and the criticism that I've gotten because it's helped.
Okay, already red flag. When you say you're thankful for the hate, obviously you're not. Nobody wants hate. Saying you're thankful for the criticism, sure, but her micro expressions are just kind of giving like not genuine. She's almost kind of smiling a little bit. She's like a little smirk on her face, but let's see.
Some of the hate and the criticism that I've gotten because it's helped to give me the perspective and understanding that I clearly needed, because I did not understand. Everyone draws inspiration from somewhere, and the fact that I went after someone who has been nothing but nice to me and has done nothing to deserve what I did just proves how much I got this wrong. I love this DIY colorful community, truly, and there's space for everyone, and me trying to drag someone down who is a part of that is awful and not who I...
But what did you not understand though? You're teaching people how to do it themselves. But did you unblock her though? That's what I want to know. Did you unblock her though? Because this means nothing. This is like a Chrissy Teigen moment if you didn't unblock her.
And not who I want to be. Karen has been nothing but gracious and kind to me throughout this whole thing, but also before this.
Oh, it's Karen. I've been saying Karen. I am so sorry.
And it proves like how wrong I got it. And I've been speaking with her directly because she's owed a direct apology as well as a public one. But she just
There's my answer. Awesome.
Instantly is so generous with her words to me in explaining things. And I don't deserve it, and I'm very appreciative. So basically hold me accountable for my behavior and bad actions, because this has been a massive learning moment for me, and I have plenty more to grow and learn from. Again, I'm so sorry to Karen and also everyone that this has affected, because I did not think about my actions and how this would hurt others.
Not the first comment. Not them all being about toxic gossip train. 6 out of 10 needs a ukulele. I feel like a ukulele would have helped a little more, honestly. Oh my gosh, the internet is ruthless and has been forever changed after toxic gossip train. Here's my thoughts. I have been messy on the internet. I have definitely vented on the internet. I have definitely posted things I shouldn't have on the internet. I do feel for people who have like just hundreds of thousands of people just bashing them all at once and sending them hate and sending them threats and all this kind of stuff. I can't even imagine how that feels. I've had that happen to me on a much smaller scale, and it was very overwhelming, and it was a tough time for me, for sure. I can't imagine it on a larger scale, but at the same time, when you are at a larger scale, you should really think about the things you post before you post them. And I think once you get at a certain level, it goes to your head, and I don't think that's because you're a bad person. I just think at a certain point, when you have so many people gassing up everything you do, it goes to your head. Like, how could it not? If she's sincere in this, which I feel like some parts were, honestly. I don't think the whole thing was her just not meaning her apology at all. That's the one thing that I don't like about the internet, is when they cancel people. Everyone likes to act like there's not anything just as bad on your phone. Like, we've all said things we regret. We've all said things from a place of like being uneducated or ignorant or whatever. And if a microscope was put under all of us, it would probably not be a good look. You know, like, we're human beings. We can't be perfect 100% of the time. But as long as you're learning and growing, I think that's the most important part. And I had a therapist who I missed her every day, and she said sometimes you just barely pass at a 68%, and that's what it is. And I feel like we need to be more careful with how we talk to people like this, because we've all said some bad things or in poor taste things. But I also feel like, girl, this was a lot, and hopefully you do learn a lesson from this. And I'm glad that Karen was gentle with you. I hope that maybe a gentleness is what you need after everything else, to really let it sit and let it actually change your actions. Okay, next topic. I'm not going to spend too much time on my last two topics because they're just so much of a wormhole. I was also given some constructive criticism to start doing clips and putting chapters. So for this video and for all my other videos, I will go back and do that so that you don't have to sit here and watch 45 minutes. Although, why wouldn't you want to? I'm trying to be entertaining for you. Are you not entertained? But a little bit of a Doja update. So we had talked about her selling her soul to the Illuminati. And I say Illuminati because that's what she put on her Instagram. Okay, so clearly Ms. Doja finds it funny. I'm sure she really doesn't. She has just been under a lot of fire lately, being rude to her fans, which I just want to say real quick. Yes, I think she's a little bit harsh, but I do think more celebrities should check their fan bases like she does, because she doesn't know y'all. Y'all don't know her. You can like her art, but not like like who she is as a person. The same thing goes for everybody. I just think, what other profession are we so intrusive in their personal lives? We're not over here asking our plumbers who they're dating. We're not over here asking the people who are preparing our food, didn't you just cheat with so-and-so? Or didn't you do this thing in 2012? Just because someone likes to make music, that means you get like full access to their life? I don't understand. Or just because someone likes acting or something that puts them in the public eye, and now we get to judge, like, we don't say and do horrible things all the time. Doesn't make any sense. So I understand where she's coming from. I maybe wouldn't phrase it the way she is, because she is kind of harsh, but we don't know her. We don't know her. We don't know her. And I think she likes being famous, but hates being famous at the same time. And Billie Eilish actually once said that fame is 50-50, and 50% of the time it's really good and 50% it's horrible. And I believe that. And as somebody who is a current artist, that's the part of it that scares me, is the scrutiny and the judgment. But now, what she's in right now, yeah, I can't support you on this one. My issues with her have come from a lot of things. I think she's very talented, but the song that was/wasn't about police brutality / the chat room she was in with Sis, it's just not been giving what it should be giving. And I understand when we're younger, we make mistakes, especially if you've been online for so long, but there's a lot of things she's done that have been disappointing as someone who was a fan. But now comes her boyfriend. So she's dating Jay Cyrus, who was a Viner, and this man has been accused of abuse by over 20 women, and fans were really worried about her. They were letting her know, like, hey, did you know this about him? And she was basically like, I don't give a fuck what you think. I'll never give a fuck what you think. And it's like, they are quite literally just trying to protect you. Now, the body shaming comments about him looking the way he looks next to you, that's not right. It is a little funny, but that's not right. But the rest of it is because people care about you, and this man is a self-admitted I will say this, I know people may not like to hear this part, but the apology gave more genuine than most. But at the same time, if you have 20 plus victims, then how genuine could it be? I don't really know what her deal is, but that's the update. Just a quick tea update about that. And the other update is about Lil Tay, because this is ridiculous. There was an article that came out that said Lil Tay and her brother had passed away on separate days, separate times. It was all very weird. It's all very cryptic. Her dad wouldn't confirm. There was no police report. It was just all very strange. And now it's come out that the death was a hoax. They're calling it a hack. There were several accounts that popped up saying that they were Lil Tay's brother and the parents had taken over the account. They didn't want them on the account. And so they told the whole world that they had passed so they wouldn't be on the internet anymore. There's a custody battle happening. Like, there's just a lot happening. One of their former managers spoke out saying they couldn't confirm whether or not it was true that they had both passed. But then it came out later that he was trying to sell everybody crypto. It's so wild. And what I'll say is, this is just gross. It seems like Lil Tay is around nothing but exploitative adults. Let me remind you, she's 14. It seems like her brother exploited her. We know her mom exploited her. Her dad doesn't seem much better. They're in a custody battle with him, and it doesn't seem like it's going well. It actually seems like that's what fueled this whole thing, was they were going to come into a lot of money with that crypto thing, and the dad didn't want it to happen. So every adult seems like they just look at her and see dollar signs, and children's content shouldn't exist. It shouldn't. It just is never a good thing. You can have home videos, and I'm not saying you can't ever share like cute clips of your kid, but when your sole income is based off your children and all you post is your children, you don't have your own identity, that's a problem. And I don't know how she has not been removed from the home. I don't know how Canada works, but I just think this should be enough to get her away from both of her parents. Obviously, she's too young to be emancipated, but whatever needs to happen, whoever needs to take her out of this scenario, I really hope that happens, because it just seems like such a horrible environment for a child. And beyond that, abuse has been alleged several times. I just feel so bad for her, and I hope she's removed from everyone. Like, literally go somewhere else, start somewhere new, off the internet, with parents who actually care. That's what needs to happen. So that's the little update on that. One more quick update with Lizzo. She basically said that all of the allegations are BS. It is going to go to trial, so we'll see what happens. But she did get dropped from the Super Bowl, so I know she's feeling that one. It's about damn time. I'm interested to see how this is going to go. Other than that, that is about it. We covered a lot today. So let me know if there's anything else you would like me to cover. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. This channel is growing so fast. I almost have an episode at 1K. That's crazy. Follow me on all my socials, stream my song, and I will see you next time. And y'all better not be licking buttholes when I do.
I'ma leave you on red. Yeah, I know you want me. You better get in line. I'm everybody's dream girl. See me when you lay your head down at night.